I have 29 days left to get this truck running and driving, and today we're gonna be tackling rust, like really bad rust. My engine bay was horrible, and off camera I did a bunch of testing to make it go from rusty to, well, what looks a lot better in camera. Is it perfect? No, but I'm trying to hit the 80-20 rule because we don't have a lot of time to finish this guy, and I could care a little bit less about having a perfectly painted engine bay and a little bit more about getting this thing running and driving, since we literally don't even have a month anymore. In here is so rusty that I don't even know if it's savable. And yes, to get that shot, you guys are literally doing some parkour upside down shit. But the interior of this thing is really bad. Now, when I say it's really bad, I mean it is really bad. We got nasty mold on the seats, some pretty gross dookie stains or whatever that guy could be. These seats genuinely need to go. I don't know what that is. I'm scared to touch that. But if you grab this weather seal, which is conveniently laid out here, and we peel it back, we can see through the floor. Like, hello. So that's the main goal. Tonight we're gonna be focusing on fixing out this interior, and hopefully tomorrow with the stores open, we can pick up some thin sheet metal and I can start to make my floor pans, because I don't wanna put the motor in this thing until I can safely sit in it. Now this thing is absolutely filled with, dude, what? When did my radio fall in? This is why I cannot have nice things, as this truck isn't even running and driving and my radio just randomly falls in. Anyways, this thing is absolutely filled with spiders. Like, it's kind of hard to see, but when you look into there, all you see is spider webs, and if we open up the glove box, you see all of the spider webs in there, bro. I'm honestly like deathly afraid of arachnids, and I have no idea why. So I don't really want to touch this thing until we deal with that. And there's only one way I know how to deal with spiders. Oh yeah, get rid of them spiders all day, every day. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Oh, shit. Like, don't do this unless you're gonna be out here for a while, but I have probably 2 to like 6 hours of work tonight to do, so we probably won't be going upstairs until it's a couple 2 or 3 a.m. So if anything catches on fire, I'll be out here and I can just piss. Let me know down in the comments what we should name this little chode that I found inside of the Chevy. I'm thinking something American. Anyways, coming down here, it looks like the oh my God, is he still burning? Oh my, wow. Hey, that's just a rat's nest, okay? Okay, that's just like a bunch of cotton and whatnot, so don't even worry about that. Anyways, it looks like it's held in with one bolt here. I have no idea how I'm gonna get to that bolt. It's kind of weird. So we're just gonna let the seat smoke, and hopefully a 16 can take this guy off, and of course it's too small. I'm just gonna come in here and put out this fire, I guess. Not like this thing hasn't seen water before. God damn, there's just embers going on. Ugh. Oh my God, dude, the whole truck is shaking. You see that? Do you see that, brother?
Okay, so I'm wearing a mask, so I'm not even mic'd, but it's bad in there. It smells so strong of mold. I got the front bolt off here, and that bolt there. So we're gonna come in here, we're gonna grab it, and hopefully we can break. No shit, dude. Oh my God, it just ripped through the floor.
Okay, I genuinely did not know that I was gonna fall through the roof or floor. Dude, I am not gonna finish this truck in time. I'm gonna be real with you, due to the amount of rust in here, we're literally able just to grab the seat and pull it out. But unfortunately, it ripped a bigger hole in my floor, and this is definitely gonna be a bigger project than I thought it was. The other side was way easier to remove, and now it just leaves us with the gas tank. And I'm not quite sure how this is gonna come out, because I removed these 2 straps, and it's still not coming out. But I don't think you're allowed to bolt the gas tank down, so I'm kinda confused. But here's the weird thing, is the passenger side, literally nothing's holding it in. Now, this is where I fell through the truck off camera, unfortunately, but it revealed the huge rust hole, and I thought it'd be smart to lift up the carpet, and I don't know why I did that, because this thing is cooked. Honestly, I'm starting to worry about my deadline, because I don't know if I'll be able to finish the truck in time, but we're gonna send it. And if you're wondering what was holding in that gas tank, it was a gas cap. Yes, this gigantic gas tank was being held on by a single gas cap. I don't understand this truck. It's so weird. Anyways, with the seats out, now we can get to the worst part, which I really thought nothing could get worse than those seats. But the sound deadening is like cotton and foam, and it's so wet, it is so disgusting, and it's filled with bugs. But enough of me complaining, enjoy watching 3 hours of me cleaning in 11 seconds. The only fitting music that I could find for just digging up thousands of rusty nails and poking myself 100 million times in rust. Okay, so the seats, the gas tank, and everything is officially out of the car or truck, and that sucked. I've never had anything be worse than that, if I'm being honest, and I actually fell through the truck. I'm sure you have seen some clips of this, because I had some time-lapse and B-roll that I was trying to get for you guys, but I'm not quite sure if I want my style to be more like music-y or whatnot, so I'm not quite sure how much of that you saw, but you can see is the floor of my shop through the floor of my truck, and that's actually where I fell through. And if I'm being honest, it kind of really hurt. Why did I show that leg? It kind of really hurt. It's all like here in my feet, and my shoe is now dark brown. Now I know this might be a surprise, but I did not mean to fall through the floor. There was carpet on the ground, and that was my mistake for not taking out the carpet. And I hopped inside of the truck to start ripping out the seat, as I thought I was going to do, and the carpet was just hiding the gigantic rust hole, and I just fell straight through. So if you're ever doing a restoration project yourself, be really careful, because this is no joke. I mean, that's my fist in there, and I have room to go up and down. Fortunately, it's 1 a.m. right now, and I can't make any angle grinding noise because I have a new neighbor that moved in right there. But that's okay, because we have an early morning tomorrow, as someone is coming around like 9 a.m. to pick up the 5.3 LS that came with this truck. As if you don't know, when I bought this truck, it came with a bunch of tools, a bunch of parts, and a bunch of other things that I do not need. And one of those things it came with is a 5.3 LS, and I don't need that since I have my 6.0 hiding under that tarp. Right here just went down. Tip downhill, engine hoist was sideways, LS was sideways. See, low-key damaged up the concrete. Oh, yeah. But I don't see any damage in the LS, so we're just gonna say screw it and continue to sell it. The guy showed up 2 hours late, and I was low-key getting worried. But he handed me the money, and we have $500, and now we gotta get going. As you can see, we're no longer in the garage, and that's because we had to run up to the room with the dog so we can put some clean clothing on, because we got roped into going somewhere. I think it's a car meet type thing for someone's birthday. I really don't know the guy, but I got invited, and I don't know, it's kind of awkward to be like if it was a car meet, I could say no, but since it's like the guy's birthday, it seems like a dick move to be like, hey, I'm not gonna go. So I feel like I have to go, so we're gonna go. So we had to put clean clothing on, so that way I don't show up looking like I was just sandblasting for the last, I don't know, 9 hours. And of course, the kid ended up living over an hour away. This is already about 25 minutes on the road. I was supposed to just show up quick and then dip out of here, but this literally was 1 hour later than when we were driving. But we finally got here, and this is my first time I've ever filmed a YouTube video where I'm not by myself, so I definitely feel a little nervous, and I wish I got more clips for you guys. There are some pretty cool cars here, and a lot of boxy Beamers or E30s. For reference, this is literally my, second time meeting this dude. He sold me axles like a sketchy drug deal and then disappeared. That's it. Dude, a lifted diesel E30. Oh, so you didn't lift it. You just got it exactly like this?
Exactly like this. It just didn't run.
That's sweet.
This is on the Bluetooth air suspension.
Okay.
Go down.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I have to redo the airlines on it.
Cool. And bro's just out here owning one of the cleanest A86s I've ever seen. It's actually really cool to see all these cars in one place and know they're all his friends. Someday I really wish that I could have enough friends like this, as right now I kind of have none. But I also just don't really know how to interact with people or in big social settings, so it's time to dip. That wasn't too bad. I definitely have had worse. I've totally been to worse places. It's weird because I didn't know anyone, but bro had some cool cars, and we'll throw some B-roll right now. You've probably seen other cars, but they look super cool. I did not expect there to be an A86 with a beam swap sitting there, and they were good people, which is kind of cool, you know. So who knows? So hopefully we actually get out to the track and start getting sideways again, and that'd be kind of neat. But I definitely am yearning for a fucking drift car now. But that was a little bit of a fun detour. But now we can get back to sandblasting and spending the next, I don't know, 9 years of my life in the garage for a car with no title. I started thinking on the drive home that I made $500 today, and it's not crazy late. So I went straight to my local steel supply and got some 16 gauge cold rolled steel plasma cut out. So once again, I'm not mic'd because I just can't be rocking a mic right now while I be driving. But the truck is down still, it's still broken, and right now we're building the other truck. So that means today we're picking up metal once again in the Beamer, which is my favorite pastime. Especially considering the fact that I just cleaned out this car. It's really great that my coral red interior is about to get clapped, but at least we can get a hot start considering it's 90 degrees out. Oh yeah. Just low-key barely fit into there, but I think we'll be big chillers. I think the most important part is as long as we don't send it at all when we go home. So that includes no speeding, no drag racing, no drifting, and no doing burnouts, because that'll shake up the back of it. I think we'll be chilling. It's low-key just kind of hanging out on a blanket, because I keep a... Literally just said not to do that, and I just heard it slide into the back of my seat. So this car is just overbuilt, this car, dog. It has a little bit too much power, but I mean, I guess no sudden braking. I guess sudden acceleration is fine because it already slid back there. So back at the shop, and now we can dedicate a couple of hours to just cutting out a bunch of sheet metal. However, that was quickly interrupted when I caught the truck on fire for, unfortunately, the second time. Alrighty, so, I have a hole in my floor now. As much as I do want to use this sandblaster right here, when I sandblasted the engine bay, it looks horrible. This side, it looks like it is cellulite. This side is nice and smooth and looks way better. And I did that by doing the left side with the sandblaster, which works well to get into the tight areas, and this side with a wire wheel. The other side that's nice and smooth in the engine bay, I use this wire wheel, and this guy is pretty freaking sweet, and it gets the job done. But because the cab rust is so bad, I picked up this wire wheel, which is called a twisted braided wheel, and it's supposedly a lot more aggressive. Think about this guy is 40 grit sandpaper, and this guy has like 320 grit sandpaper. So for hooking this guy up, I'm not too sure how to do it because I'm not really wearing my glasses, so I can't see what I'm doing here. But there's a really big thready boy, and I'm pretty sure that this guy just has to get threaded on. Too easy.
I'm masked up successfully, and you can no longer hear me, so let's just get into it.
Okay, this is where the wire wheel got us. I only spent about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes doing it, and it's way better. And I'm actually really upset because there's a sponsor that reached out to me on Instagram, and it's crazy when a company just reaches straight out to you, and they're like, hey, we want to send you a welder, a plasma cutter, and a full welding setup. So like the welding cart, the bottles, everything. And I was like, heck yeah. But they're really dragging ass, and they're going really slow. And I really hate that I'm doing this project right now, knowing probably in a week or two I'm going to have all the tools that I need. Because right now, if I hooked up a plasma cutter, I could quietly cut that panel out, and I could just have my own pass panels. And it would be perfect. But everything happens for a reason, and that means right now we have to cut this out with an angle grinder, and we're just not meant to use a plasma cutter yet. So I got the floorboards in, and I'm simply not just having my little welder, and we're just tack welding it every couple of inches. And off camera, I did bend my floor pats panel about 20 times in different places. And now, once it's tack welded, I'm grabbing a ball peen hammer, and I'm hitting between the welds, and that's how I'm bending both of the metals to the exact same height, so when I fully weld it up, it's solid. That's what I did on this entire side here, and this entire side here, as well as this side right here. And I gotta say, it's actually getting pretty flush, and it's looking pretty good, dude. Once again, it's 1 a.m., and we're back out here just working on this Chevy all day long. I don't even think you understand, probably 5 days have gone into this one video. It's not a whole week. It's kind of crazy. This side is way more complicated than anything else going on in the truck, and that's because I'm leaving that cab mount. So this side is really difficult, and we've kind of been using a lot of math here. Now, I know that this might look super chaotic to you, but I can try to run you through my system if you're ever doing your own floorboards, because this is the cheapest way to do it. So this right here would be all null space. Any of these big lines right here are going to be null spaces that we're not using. For example, this big null space is that big cab mount right there. Then we have a small taper, and the way that I was able to use an equation for this taper is super freaking easy. We measure from this angle right here, and we measure from that angle right there. Then we're gonna measure this guy in the middle, and that's gonna give us our rough idea. Then we're gonna measure every 2 inches all the way down. And you can see that I actually marked right there is about 3 inches, but it's all the same size. Then 2 inches, then another 2 inches, and we mark it all the way down that guy. Then we take our 2 inches marks and we run that all the way down this guy there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Then we can figure out exactly the width from that guy, from this side to this side, and that's how we're gonna account for my jagged angle grinder blades. Then we just kind of measure that out, we find the peak of it, then we find the most shallow point of it, and then we just run a straight line against. And it's basically that easy. I know that kind of sounds like a lot of gibberish right now, and I might not be making sense, but I promise you it's really easy. But on that topic, I have another probably 20 minutes left of James Charles cutting because we have to cut all of this out. But I don't think you guys want to see any more angle grinding in a video that's supposed to be about sandblasting. I'm sorry, the project consumed me. So we can probably just snap through this guy. And that right there, boys, is how you do a ghetto spot weld. Just drill it out and fill it up with weld. Is it pretty? Nah, but this thing is freaking solid. Well, no more going back, boys. The out. So now we actually have to do something. We have both floorboards, this guy and this guy, and it's looking great. But now we have no trans tunnel. Yo, post-editing Zayd here. If you're wondering why I didn't just do the trans tunnel first, it's actually because I needed to weld in my floor pans, so when we cut out the trans tunnel, it didn't immediately warp or the cab folded in. The floor pans are providing structure for our transmission tunnel. And if I didn't weld those in first, we most likely would never be able to put the cab back on, or at least later, nerd. And on the bright side, what's super cool that came in is the little last panel that we needed. I was really hoping to come in before this video is over, which would be my new door jamb from CJ Pony Ports. Look at that. That looks amazing. Fully stamped, whole replacement panel. And that looks super good. And it's going to be such a nice step up from this saggy, broken one that I have. That literally, I mean, I don't even know if you can call that a door jamb anymore, dude. It's so stupid. So now I'm going to try to figure out how to make my transmission tunnel. But that guy's in there and it's welded up and looking great. This guy's in here, he's welded up looking great. Clearly, I know before someone says, oh, dude, I've been welding for 80 years, I'm a better welder. You do tack welds, and then I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna fill that in, then you go to here to fill that in, then you go to there to fill it in, and then you just kind of keep working your way back. This is just tacked into place so I can stand on it and work on it. I need to spend another couple hours to go all the way around here and fill in my tack welds. But I wanna finish all of this, and that's why in areas like this, it's fully welded. Same with areas like that, and there, and down here. All the areas that I'm going to hide by putting the transmission tunnel is fully welded. So now we can try to build a transmission tunnel. And I'm hoping I can line it up to here to cover up the four-wheel drive shifter from when this had a new transmission put in it. So I weld up there, and then we'll weld all the way up to here. And in theory, that's just enough height for the 4L60 to fit in. I also quickly wanted to include the fact that I did spend about 2.5 to 3 hours on the door jamb. So if you're thinking about doing it, it's not that easy. Now the last part, and an unexpected sequence in the video, is dropping off my my heads to go get machined at the machine shop. All the heads are back from the shop and they look great. And they're dead straight, so now I just gotta load them up. I don't know where my box went. While the heads were at the machine shop, I locked in and finished my transmission tunnel and spent 5 hours completely welding all the floor pans and everything all together. And then I got them pasted through the bench seat in there, and it looks good. Okay, boys, this is officially the longest video I've ever made. There is 7 days from start to finish in this video. This video is so long that your boy went and got a haircut, and honestly, I think I found my new barber. That guy slayed. Anyways, I also honestly kind of think that I slayed. This is where the Chevy is sitting right now, and I wanted to give you guys a real quick up to speed. Interior is not in there. It's just resting on a hammer, but in the next video, we're going to make a whole custom interior for this thing and get some cool engine stuff done. The floor pans are solid and are completely welded in everywhere. My transmission tunnel is made about 5 inches taller than the stock one, so it should fit the 4L60 pretty dang perfectly. Something that I find awesome is I'm able to sit here in my truck. I'm not done with the interior, I do understand that, but I'm sitting in my truck right now. I bought this thing, and this is the first time that I'm ever sitting in it. And by the way, I think we might have figured out a paper trail on this, or at least the old owner, so maybe I can get a title. But anyways, this is the longest video I've ever made, and I really appreciate you guys, 1, watching this, and 2, sticking with me. I've gotten a lot of people commenting, hey, when are you gonna post the next YouTube video? And a lot of people texting me on Instagram or TikTok saying, hey, we love the YouTube content, I wanna see more of it. So since you guys love me so much, I think that this is my sign to maybe finally start posting on YouTube. I mean, I'm super blessed to have become a TikToker, and that's literally what I've done from age 14 all the way up to now, and I just turned 21. It's the coolest job I've ever had, and I don't have to work at a 7-Eleven or a normal job. But let's be real, I've always wanted to do YouTube, and I've even said it since I was a little kid that I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I'm super grateful to be a TikToker, but you guys showing me support is awesome. We've gotten 500 subscribers in the last week on Instagram, on YouTube, and it's super cool. On that note, I've gained like 31,000 subscribers or followers on Instagram, so it's pretty cool to be growing on every other platform now and diversifying myself from just TikTok. So if you watched it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, because I'd really like to hit 100K by the end of the year. And I know we're barely at 20,000 subscribers, but boy, it's possible. Don't you not believe in me? Look at what I did, dude. I just built okay, you know what? You know what? That's not how you win people over. I love you. Hit the subscribe button, comment, and like, because the better my videos do, the more money I have, which means the better videos I get to make for you, and the cooler projects we get to do. Yeah. You want to subscribe. Okay, I love you for watching this video, and peace out. I'll see you next Monday. Oh, and honestly, I might try to post twice this week, because this is the Duramax that I said at the steel supply my truck is broken. I impulsively bought an LB7 Duramax, and I haven't gotten to really drive it much. It's a really clean truck, clean title, barely any miles on it, but it has a nasty power steering leak, and it has like no brakes on it.